Hello again, I am Jim Bob. Welcome back to Jimsville and some more PS4 edition City Skylines. And traffic is a problem. It's a real problem. I've kind of let time run on a little bit just to keep an eye on the traffic and see how it's moving and how it's building up. And you can see we've got, even though we've got quite a lot of residential in now, and obviously we've got a lot of commercial, a lot of industry, and we've got a lot of business over here in our business park. Traffic is just absolutely horrendous. It really is. This junction is completely overwhelmed, and so it's going to have to be replaced. And to do that, we're going to have to rip up quite a lot of this. But not only that, even feeding into here, the way that the traffic is flowing at the moment just isn't good. So if we take a look at the traffic overview, you can see we have a horribly busy roundabout almost permanently here. Our industry sector needs tweaking because down here it's just constant log jams. So that needs to be reworked a little bit. And I have some ideas as to how I'm going to do that without having to massively, drastically change everything over there. We get a little bit busy down here, and this is, just a constant state of traffic. Not massive, but just constant, without even having the second half of this bit put in here. And then, as you can see, it's just constant queues here. I've tried playing around with a few different ideas, and nothing seems to be working. So we're going to have to go drastic, because this is just, this is only half the district zoned in. Once we zone in everything else, then we're looking at double the amount of traffic here. So we're going to have to say goodbye to our junction here because it just hasn't worked. It was a nice idea, but once we added in Kanto, it just completely overwhelmed that little junction that we had there. So I'm going to rip all of this out, move these lines out of the way as well because they may become problematic. Take all of this out, and we're going to replace it with a cloverleaf. We already have a cloverleaf up here, and I tried, to try and get traffic to come this way, and it has kind of worked, but there's so much traffic that comes down here is just commercial that, even though we have 3 lanes, well, effectively 2 lanes, traffic almost always just sits in just one. It's mainly just commercial traffic. So we're going to have to completely rework our commercial district as well, because that is just a mess. We're living and learning, unfortunately. The best laid plans of mice and men, as they say. So this is what we're going to put in. We're going to put in one of these, a cloverleaf intersection, but we need to strip away all of this to make space for that. It's going to kind of sit in here like this. This is kind of the plan. We're also going to have to strip out this roundabout as well. That hasn't really worked very well. So I want to try and get this positioned just about right, and it's a little awkward because it won't let me position it exactly where I want it. Trying to get it straight. And that's not bad actually, that's pretty good. So what I want to do is kind of line it up as best I can. That's looking pretty good. Drop it back just a touch. Let's try dropping it there. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And that's looking pretty good as well. So now what I'm going to do is try and create a merge just here. So I want single lines, and basically these are going to feed in like this. But that's a little bit too long a stretch, so I need to bring this down just a little bit more. So I'm going to try and plan the whole thing out using road like this, and then I can just upgrade it. I want a nice, smooth junction. There we go. So now I can upgrade those roads. And we want 6-lane here. Let's go to upgrade that piece. And then we want to move to freeway just here. Upgrade and upgrade. Will it let me upgrade this piece? No, it won't. Ah, that's a shame. Right, let's try drawing in. Oops. Let's try drawing in a piece. Nope. Alright, let's take that out. That may now be slightly too close. So I'm going to have to take this piece out as well. Let's try redrawing that, but not quite as far forward. Let's go... Actually, let's go really far forward. Let's go there, like that. And hopefully now we can do the merge. No. Are we off centre? Looks like we're a little bit off centre. Okay, so if that's the case, let's take that out. Let's try redoing it this way. So go straight, connect that across. I want to come down, say, half a block. See, they merge, but can I upgrade them there? This is the next question. If I can get these upgraded... No. So I have to try a different position on the road. Now, I don't know whether I need to be one up or one down, so... Let's try going up first of all. That's where my new attempt is going to be, so I can delete that out. Go across like that. Can I upgrade those pieces? No. Okay, so I know it's possible to do a merge. It's just a question of getting the angle right. The other alternative is just to feed them onto a roundabout like that, which is definitely a possible option. But I want to try and do a merge, a proper merge if I can, so I just think it looks better. So let's try from here. See, if we do an angled merge like that, I know we can definitely do it. So maybe we should do that then. Let's freeform that piece. So we have a kind of an angled merge on both sides. That's what I'm trying to create, is a kind of a bit of a mirror image. Like that. So they should upgrade now. Yes, there we go. There's the merge that I was looking for. So now I can take those bits out, and I can now draw in a roundabout like that. Just need to change direction on that piece there. Fantastic. There we go. Now hopefully any traffic that wants to sort of come along here will actually use that route there rather than going along and then turning around and going up that way, because I have seen that happen in the past, and it's annoying as hell when traffic just, you know, kind of breaks the expected rules and goes where it wants to. There we go, so re-establish our connection there, and now we need to do the same just here. Freeform this piece, because this is going to be a bit trickier. So I'm going to have a little bit of a kink, but unavoidable, unfortunately. I need to change that direction, I think. Is that right? No. That direction, and change that direction. There we go. So we have a clover leaf in here, and we now have a direct road going in this way. And what I'm thinking is, instead of having the road system that we have here, which just hasn't seemed to work, maybe what we could do is we could do an underground freeway that would sort of loop along here and then come up somewhere over here. It would mean kind of ripping up quite a lot of this area over here. But for now, let's just do another merge just here. So let's go. Actually, no. We'll actually do a roundabout here. So let's take those pieces off. Let's put a roundabout in, and we'll start by creating a start point. Which will be pretty much there, I think. And quite. Let's take that out. Take those out. That's a wonky angle. Let's just do a line straight across. And that's wonky as well. That's slightly troubling. Mind you, that wasn't perfectly straight. So, yeah, okay. So we have our kind of start road here. So this is pretty much the centre here. So I want to have a little road coming down. Just take that out. Take that out. Okay. Now if I take those out. Go up one, there we go. Take that off, and that off. Is that one straight piece? One block. It is now. And also this way I'm getting a perfectly squared up roundabout centerpiece. So let's go to circle. Create our new roundabout piece. There we go, and I can take that out, and that out, and that out. There we go. And this, just as I say, this just hasn't worked. So let's go freeform. Let's bend that piece like that, and bend that piece like that. So there we go. If we go to upgrade, we can now turn those into bits of freeway, like so. And there we go, we have our roundabout connection there. Just need to go ahead and upgrade the roundabout itself. And there we go. So we have a nice direct route for all of our traffic feeding out of Johto, underneath the freeway with access to the freeway. We've got hover cars here. Leading back here into Kanto. And now we need to just completely reconfigure how we were going to do this. And that is something that's going to take a little bit more work. Oh, you can also see that I did experiment with footpaths. I was able to actually create a bridge just by using the raise level option on the D-pad. Someone actually has pointed out in the comments as well this morning. But as I say, you can see that this has already been kind of figured out. But thank you for letting me know, those of you who did message me and let me know. Always good, just in case I don't pick up on something. It's always good to have that information to hand. So I do appreciate the thought there. But yeah, we need to really do something with this. So I'm going to kind of pause for a bit while I try and figure out how I'm going to rework the road network, because it's just flawed. It's deeply, deeply flawed. And then we'll jump back in and see what it looks like. Okay, so quick overview of what we've done so far. I've stripped out all of this section just here, all that roundabout. I've stripped out a whole section of road, and the entire commercial district just there has been ripped out. I've got that bit still there, which I'm going to have to rework on. I've also stripped out all of the metro lines, and that industrial area has gone. One of the biggest problems I was having was industrial and commercial traffic travelling all the way to and from this point over here, because obviously we were importing and exporting goods here, but we're also producing a lot of goods. So everything that was being picked up here was then sort of going along here, feeding into the commercial district along here and just causing all sorts of issues over there. Plus we had a lot of commercial traffic going this way as well through the city. By moving our industrial area here right by the sort of entrance, and also putting it by this first sort of cloverleaf just here, I'm hoping that's going to alleviate a lot of the traffic problems. So it's kind of split into two areas at the moment, Sunset and Glade. Both of those are going to get renamed, and in fact, actually I'll show you, we don't actually have to have a name. If we click into here and go into rename, all I'm going to do is just put a space, and there we go. We have a nameless area, but it does have, as you can see, the policies that I want for this particular area. So this half of the industry here is going to be a timber merchants, lumber area, and this half here is going to be just regular industry, like that. And there we go. We can see the policies for those regions, but not the naming, because there is no name. So let's just take a look at the traffic flow. So coming off the freeway here, you've obviously got your single lane feed in here, plus you've got your double lane feed in if anything's coming across from there. We may get some commercial traffic coming across that way, and this may have a knock-on effect through here with traffic. We'll have to be very, very wary of that. But the traffic's going to feed on 2 lanes at a time, feed onto this small roundabout. I need to actually quickly change this, because this needs to be one way. So let's just quickly change that. Like that. There we go. So we feed onto this one-way roundabout here. We've got a split going off there, which will head off towards our commercial district. And then this is the entrance to our industrial. It's all double lane all the way through the entire district. So we feed down here, we split off here, and if we look at the timber first, we come in here. You have a split going off there and looping around. You have a split going off there and looping up that way, and then that loop feeds back in down here, and the short route comes up this side like this, in case anything needs to go directly to the station. So then we feed around here, and again you've got a split going down there for some more industry, another split going down there for some more industry before they loop back here. Meanwhile, the direct route just feeds around the corner to our freight depot, which we have extending off the main line just here, like that, and then going up a bridge and re-extending there. And there we have our connection there, and then the traffic from there will feed out onto the roundabout to potentially exit, or if it needs to, come into our main standard industry. So same again, we have split roads going off the side to feed the individual industry sections, and a direct route coming straight up, and then looping around, they all join together. We have a direct route along the top here, and then split routes going off there, and then they will feed along and meet back up here. They come around this corner, and here is the first kind of problem. I've just realised I don't have a feed in that way, so we could have our commercial traffic, industrial traffic, come down there and then loop across and do that, but that's going to be problematic. That much I can tell. So instead, let's do something a little bit clever. Let's have a little underground road. So we want to go straight, and we want to go down. Has that gone? No, that's level crossing, isn't it? Don't want to do that. So let's go down. There, we can get down there. It's a little steep, but it'll do. And then we can feed along here. And where do I want this to come back up? In fact, let's just bring that along a little bit further. We can bring it up the other side of the railway with a much smoother ramp this time. And we'll feed that along there and connect in that way. So now we actually have a direct route for our railway feeding in that way. What I am going to have to do is change the traffic flow a little bit. So this is going to have to be standard, I think, like that, so that anything that goes in that way can then turn around and come back out again. Or what I could do, actually, thinking about it, is I can keep it two-way. Let's put it back into two-way traffic. We can keep it going that way. If we change this direction and change that to single lane, like that, and then change the direction on this road here, and there we go. And now we can loop around this way with our 2 lanes of traffic, like so, feeding up here to our station and then back to the roundabout to go back out again. So in theory that should work reasonably well. Obviously it's just a theory. Proof in the proof will be in the pudding, you know. And I'm actually going to take that piece out completely and that piece out completely and that piece out completely. What I can do, if I go to straight, is I can actually bring this up at a much smoother angle now to there, and then I can put in a piece that goes like that, and then I can change the direction of that piece like that. Yeah, that works. Now we have a smoother entrance down there, and we also have that there. And we have our fire and police services just here on the roundabout, so that no matter where the trouble breaks out, they can very quickly go in this way and then go through the one-way system, or they can go around the roundabout and go in this way and go around the one-way system and get to wherever they need to go nice and quickly. So there we go, that's our new industrial sector. Hopefully that will alleviate a huge amount of traffic from everything that was all the service vehicles and all the commercial traffic that was travelling all the way up there and then coming all the way back down and then coming into here and causing all sorts of traffic through here, and also all the commercial traffic that was coming off the roundabout here going all the way over here and all the way up here before coming up here into there and then back into commercial. Some of it coming from the motorway, some of it coming from Johto. You know, we now have a more direct route for all services to get straight to the freeway and straight back to the freeway. So touch wood, that'll actually do some real good. So now I need to rework the commercial. So I've turned traffic back on, and just to get an idea of how well the industrial district is working, and put a bypass road going into the city all the way over here, but because it's such a long route, it's not really getting used. Over here, traffic is busy. You know, kind of just put a temporary roundabout entrance in over here. Traffic is busy, again, because the commercial traffic is feeding in from over there as opposed to going that way. So may have to put some kind of ban on traffic in this area if I can. But the biggest problem I've got is everything is grinding to a halt on this roundabout because of the way I've laid the roads out. I keep making this mistake. So I think what might be better is if we try and change direction on some of these roads. So if we have everything feeding up this way, and then from here we're going to need to actually I need to change that piece of road. I want to see if this works. Okay, now I'm going to change direction. So now we need to change direction here. And there. Basically have all the traffic go up one way and then feed into the district separately. So we've got traffic coming up here, and then obviously this needs to change around. And we may have the same issue where traffic will need to go back to the roundabout and then come back into the industrial zone again to access the station. But if we change the direction here, have that as the main entrance point, now let's see, have the direction splitting either way there. Why is that giving me the option to there we go. So I need to change that piece as well. Where's the arrows? Alright, there we go. So yeah, traffic will feed up this way. Actually, no. We want to change that. We want that to go the other way. So this is a shortcut into the other industrial zone. So I was right the first time. And so when we get to here, this is where the traffic needs to change. Like that. There we go, and then that can come down. That needs to change. That needs to feed out onto the roundabout, like so. And then let's bring that across this way. I mean, these side sections have been working really well to split the traffic off at various different points and then feed back onto a single route. But I say this roundabout's just been killing everything, so hopefully, let's see, traffic flows up this way. It can split into the district that way. It can split into the district that way. Actually, yeah, if we change... No, we want that because we want any traffic that needs to go into this zone first can go into there. And then from there it can split off and it can either go into the the logging district, or it can go out into the industrial district and go that way. And then anything that needs to go around the roundabout will loop back around, come back up, go that way, and can then either work its way out this way, which it probably will do, down here. Like that. We could still just end up with exactly the same issue, just coming at it from a different angle. But at this point, I'm just looking to try other things and see what works and what doesn't work. So if we send the traffic around that way, like that. Did we do everything over here? I think we did. Yeah, that's all looking good. So traffic can split off either way here. Oh, that needs to change. And that's that fixed. Alright, let's watch all the traffic turn around. And let's see which way everything feeds. So we are getting some traffic splitting off just there. Ideally, we would have the entrance over here. So what I may end up doing is actually moving the roundabout to here, and then actually just bringing a route in up here, and then having a sort of an exit route down the middle. Feed in that way. That might be another way of doing it. If we make that one way coming out, and then traffic can go that way and off, or around and back this way. And if we were to have another route coming up here, we could have a roundabout feeding in at this point here, perhaps. And we've got complete gridlock, as you can see, as the traffic tries to sort itself out, having changed the direction on it. Okay, so I need to take this triple lane out. Let's change that to twin lane, because I think that's what's causing some of the issues. Let's change the direction, upgrade, and downgrade that to twin line like that. And there we go, we've got a whole chunk of traffic starting to move. This should hopefully start to free up the roundabout. We are going to have some issues with our emergency services. We had to move the emergency services when I upgraded the width of the roundabout. So where are they now? Just there. They're now both just there. And again, you can see we're just getting solid traffic right now. think half of our businesses could burn down before we get the chance to get to them at this rate. I see. Yeah, there's no way for them to get up there, so yeah, we're gonna have to change the direction on this piece here. Like that. Alright, so now what's... Oh, that was a down route, wasn't it? So we can change direction on that piece. There we go. See if that helps traffic flow a little bit as well. Things are starting to improve. I don't know. I'll keep this running for a little while longer. We're not having any major increases in population because I haven't done any more work over here. I say I just want to get this up and running properly first, and then see how it all shakes out. So once I'm happy with the way I've got this laid out, then we'll move on to continuing the reworking of our rebuild, because it is, you know, almost laughable, the fact that we built a district, we tore it down, we rebuilt it, and almost immediately we've torn most of it down again. But yeah, it is important to get this section right. So once I'm happy with this, then we'll move on to the next section. So thanks for watching. I'm Jim Bob, and I will catch you with another part of City Skylines PS4 Edition Jimsville very soon.